Welcome to the introduction video to the Almost Home Yoga Lent Series 2020. So there'll be a specific format to these videos each week, and this first part will be about 5 minutes long. It's intended to move the spine in all directions and then spend a few moments in quiet stillness. The second part of each video will be more of a full body practice. In the introductory week, that portion will be examples of ways that you can move your full body without having to get up and down off the floor completely. So we'll just move the floor to us by using a chair and a wall. So here we go. If you are practicing with smaller people, children in your family, or people whose legs do not reach the ground in a chair, you can always take a stack of books or some yoga blocks so that your feet are nice and grounded. So stacks of books make great yoga blocks. You don't need anything fancy. So when you're working in a chair, you want to be sure that your chair is on a non-slip surface. So I've got all 4 legs of my chair on a yoga mat. A carpet works as well. You just don't want your chair on a slippery surface. When we're moving the spine, you want to do so safely. So if you have anything wrong with your spine, physiological things like bulging discs or thinning bones, be sure to educate yourself so that you know what movements are safe for you. Remember that you're your own best teacher. So only you can feel your body. Pain, sharp pain is not good. A little bit of that muscular stretching feeling is good. So here we go. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable. Sitting forward on your chair so that you're not leaning into the back, so that your spine is nice and long. Gently feeling yourself stretch up through the crown of the head with the chin level and the hips rooted into the chair. And just take 3 easy deep breaths. Be sure that you're filling your belly, letting it expand on the inhale all the way up through the ribs to the collarbone, and on the exhale just gently soften in reverse, collarbone, rib cage, belly. Do that 2 more times. Belly, rib cage, collarbones, and reverse. And 1 more. And exhaling gently. Be sure your shoulders are nice and soft and relaxed. So I'm going to turn sideways just so that you can see what my spine is doing. You can keep your hands resting on your thigh. Again, sitting forward in your chair. On an inhale, you're going to gently tilt your pelvis forward. Then start to lift your chest through the rib cage, dropping the shoulders down, maybe gazing up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, you reverse. So you start by tilting the pelvis under and pulling the mid back toward the back of your chair as your head gently drops. So you're like in the shape of a C, taking out the natural curves of your spine. So we're going to do that a couple more times. Inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. Inhaling, arch. And exhaling, hollow out. So try and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then come on back to neutral. And 1 more time. This time, feel free to move around or stay in some place or move your neck around if that feels good. Inhaling, arch again. And come on back to neutral. Go ahead and just drop your chin to your chest. Maybe you're feeling the muscles down the back, down each side of the spine. And then gently, like your chin is drawing a little smiley face below your neck, just take your chin from side to side. That's okay with your neck. I'm going to turn myself around to the front. Still sitting up tall. Just drop your right ear to your right shoulder. So it doesn't matter really which one this time, just do both sides. Inhaling through center and exhaling left ear to left shoulder. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is a gentle twist, maybe holding on to the side of the chair. Inhale, get really, really tall, and exhaling, twisting toward that hand, gazing over your shoulder if it's possible. So remembering that the word yoga means to join. We're just joining our breath with our movement. So as you inhale, get a little longer. As you exhale, maybe deepen the twist. and inhale, come on back to center. We'll go right to the other side, get tall, and then exhaling, twist. Check in with your feet, make sure they're still firmly planted on the ground. One more deep exhale, and gently release. So we've already moved our spine 4 ways. So like we've done some gentle arching, extending, and some folding forward or rounding. We've twisted to both sides. Now we're going to fold sideways in like a seated half moon. So you're going to take one arm up to the sky, and as you exhale, like your upper body squished between 2 pieces of glass, fold straight over. So if this bothers your neck, just gaze down at the floor. If you want to challenge yourself, you could reach and look up at your fingertips. All the while using our abdominal muscles to support the spine. And inhaling, come on back up. And exhaling that arm down. Inhale, move with the breath. And exhaling, folding over. So remember, taking care of ourselves so that we can better care for those around us. Okay. Just check in with your body and your spine and notice if you feel any different. You might have more energy, you might have the urge to move even more. I encourage you to do so. And the whole point of all this movement is to be still. So for several breaths, we're going to stay in this upright position, back away from the chair, feet rooted on the ground. Again, closing your eyes if you're comfortable. And just simply following your breath. So feeling your mind start to settle, take about 5 more deep breaths. When you finish your 5th exhale, just, if you haven't already, gently float your eyes open. So I encourage you to continue on this journey of healing and wholeness, perhaps contemplating as you sit in your chair in these next few days as we get ready for the journey, what is it in your life that you might need more of? Is it sacred and inspirational readings? Is it more time spent in prayer? Is it connecting with a community who inspires you to be your best? Look forward to sharing the journey with you. Meanwhile, Godspeed. Namaste. Okay. This video is specifically to instruct you how to modify a full body practice. And it assumes that you've already warmed your spine gently. So some cat-cow, folding and arching, and just a little bit of motion in your body. So the goal here is to show you the basic movements of the spine of a sun salutation, and then give you ways to modify it if your body is not comfortable getting up and down off the ground. So first I'm going to show you a sun salutation, the full motion of it using the floor. And then we'll just change the plane. First to the chair, so a little higher up, and then to the wall, so there's less horizontal motion. Okay? So the foundation is Tadasana, standing pose. I'm going to work with my feet about 2/5 widths apart. And I'm going to draw my low belly in and drop my tailbone. Take a deep inhale and an exhale through the nose. And then inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhaling, diving forward as far as you can go, so maybe hanging like a rag doll. Inhaling, we lengthen the spine, extending it. And then exhaling, take ourselves to the floor. The important thing here when you're working is to keep your knee over your ankle. So my next motion is going to take myself horizontal, in line with the floor. That's my inhale. Then my exhale will take me down to the mat. You could always float your knees down. All right, then your inhale is going to arch your spine, so you're going to push the top of the feet into the mat, strong legs and a gentle back bend. Exhaling, releasing that. My next inhale is going to go to downward dog, so coming up off the mat, and then exhaling to an upside down L. The goal here is a big open chest and shoulder area. The knees can be a little bent. All right, so my next inhale is going to come back to a high lunge. Knee over the ankle. My exhale will be a deep forward fold. The next inhale is halfway up with an extended spine. Exhaling, soften again. And inhaling, arms to the sky. Bring your hands back to your heart. Take a breath. So in general, we're just counter-moving the spine. Inhaling, getting long, exhaling, folding, inhaling, transitioning with length, exhaling, folding, inhaling, arching the back, that kind of motion. So the chair is going to be basically the same plane, just not as low. We never go down to the floor. You want to be sure that when you're using a chair, it's on a safe surface. And I know the angle is a little awkward here, but I wanted you to be able to see the wall too. My chair is right against the wall, so it's not going anywhere. One way you could make this even higher is to use, a bar height chair, or maybe a chair that has sturdy arms, like a Windsor chair, and then an armchair, and you could use the arms instead of the seat. So here we go. I'm going to slightly closer to the chair maybe, and I'm going to inhale my arms to the sky, and exhale, folding forward deeply. You could use the chair for support. Again, inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, keeping hold of the chair, but still taking my leg way back so the knee's over the ankle. Right? So, just being a little cautious here to make sure your upper body can support you. Inhaling, it's like the top of the push-up plank position. You could see what it feels like to exhale your elbows, bending your elbows a little bit like a push-up. Inhaling, push away. From here, you're going to inhale deeply and just drop your hips a little bit for that modified back bend. Lifting your chest. Shouldn't be any pain in the low back. Exhaling, come on back to neutral. And inhaling to that downward dog, modified because I'm holding onto the chair. Again, the knees can be a little bit soft. So inhaling again, bringing that knee right over the ankle. Exhaling, bring the feet together, deep forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhaling, fold again, soften the knees. Inhaling, arms to the sky. And exhaling, hands to the heart. So you could rewind that and practice a little bit. Basically, you're just using the chair as the floor. You can start in the same position and use the wall. It's just going to eliminate the lunge position, because there's really no need to move the feet away from the wall. Now, one idea for a lunge, if you don't want to get on the ground, would be to step one leg onto the chair and scoot that other leg back, right? And you could practice a lunge using the chair as that plane. But we're not going to do that in this version. We're simply going to move the spine. It's all about moving the spine, right? So again, Tadasana, mountain pose. Firm up the legs, drop the tailbone, pull the low belly in. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhaling, gently fold forward. You can still use a chair here for support if you're not going to run into it or anything. Inhaling, come halfway up, flat back. And exhaling, take your hands to the wall, about shoulder height. So this is our neutral position. right? We've eliminated the lunge, and now we are parallel to the surface of the wall. You could try a little push-up here, right? So inhale, get long. Exhale, dropping toward the wall, keeping your body straight. Inhaling, straighten. Exhale here, you might want to inhale, lift your heels a little bit, lift your chest, and do just a little back bend. Remember, you're your own best teacher. Exhaling to neutral, and then inhale, keep your hands where they are and drop your chest. So this would be your modified down dog, just getting that big open chest, shoulders. All right. Again, inhaling, coming back to neutral, eliminating the lunge. Exhaling, folding forward. You could bring your hands back to the chair. Inhale, lengthen the spine and the back of the legs. Exhaling, soften again. Inhaling, arms to the sky. And exhaling, hands to your heart. So those are ways that you can modify a full body practice. In fact, if you were more interested in stretching the legs and doing the lunge portion of a sun salutation, let me show you how you could do that. Right? So all about moving in ways that are good for you. We're going to inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, easy forward fold. Inhaling, drop the elbows, lift the chest a little so it feels like a little bit of the back bend. Exhaling, neutralize, and then you're going to inhale, shift onto one hip so that the thigh bones can rotate, and you're going to come into a high lunge. So just being careful of the knee, try and keep the knee and the leg in line. Maybe take a breath here. Inhaling, come on back to neutral. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, extend, drop the elbows, lift the chest. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, arms to the sky. And exhaling, hands to your heart. We'll do the other side. Inhaling, arms to the sky. So as you modify, just being careful of the clues. Exhaling, gentle fold. Inhaling, pull your low belly in. Shouldn't be any pain in the low back, right? That's the key. Exhaling, come to neutral. So scooting forward so that you can let the thighs rotate. Inhale, knees still right over the ankle, right? That's key alignment. And having this leg in line to protect the knee. And maybe take a breath here. You could even extend your arms or one arm. You always want to be leaning toward the chair when you do this. Exhaling, come on back to neutral. Right? Inhaling, gentle back bend. Exhaling, fold one more time. Inhaling, arms to the sky. And exhaling, hands to your heart. So be sure, however you choose to practice, you take a couple of deep breaths. As we move forward into the full body videos, you want to have a wall handy for one-legged balances or support. Again, I look forward to sharing this journey with you. It's a practice, just keep at it. Godspeed.